Welcome to Christmas. What do Keane think of?
Themes.
Izzy with 5 Ys says, what do you think of the hot chocolate at the Sovereign Light Cafe?
The what?
The hot chocolate at the Sovereign Light Cafe. Who's had the hot chocolate at the Sovereign Light Cafe?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't know. I might have done. It was what?
Yeah.
I mean, the hot chocolates of the world. They're all in there.
I've always had coffee, and the coffee's nice.
I think I've always had tea.
They do a marvellous Dr. Pepper. I've had Dr. Pepper.
Certainly. I think I'm going to drink Dr. Pepper anyway. I mean, hot chocolate anyway. That's a nice place to do it.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
That's a question for you.
Yes. Okay. Let me give this one some thought.
Yeah.
A death threat. Okay, this one's from.
It'd be funny if
add it to the file.
I'm watching you.
What do you think?
This one is from Kerry H.
Oh yeah.
And it's what do you think of onesies?
Oh my god.
I think can only be a question for Tom.
Well, let me start by saying, for some reason, I was quite taken with the onesie when I first saw it. But
What is
subsequently,
a onesie?
it's that horrible,
Like a
like,
baby grow thing, isn't it?
Oh, that sounds great.
it's like bedwear, isn't it?
It's like your silk bag.
I've got a
So thick.
sleeping bag that's like a onesie. You can walk around in a sleeping bag. That's
It makes me think of Scrooge or something.
Marla, good old Marla, you all love Marla, says, what do you think of time zones?
Well,
Jesse, you love flying. You answer that.
I'm a big fan of flying. Time zones are useful for keeping track of what time it is in whichever part of the world you're in.
This is from Lizzie Canyon. What do Keane think of their O2 show last Friday?
it gave the certain songs new life, didn't it? Which I really liked.
I was surprised how close we were to everyone. It really did do that whole thing of bringing you close to the people that were sort of normally furthest away. I thought that was really a really enjoyable thing. You could sort of pick people out instead of it just being the normal arena thing of a mass of, indistinct faces.
I'm glad we did it, because we could have, chickened out of doing it and just gone for a bog standard thing. But then, I always think often the best things that happen in life are the things where you set yourselves a challenge. You're nervous about something. You sort of fear that it could go wrong, and actually, doing it and it going well turns out to be a lovely and fulfilling thing. So I think
Ariana something says, Keane says, this is a question for Tom, what do you think of Nick Drake? No, I love Nick Drake.
what do I think of Nick Drake? Well, he's a legend. He was a legend. He's become a legend. I often feel like crying when I either listen to his music or read about his life. I have the original LPs, which I love and cherish, probably more than anything else.
He's quite hard to be influenced by, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Very enigmatic sounding music. I think anyone who gets kind of labelled with the, in the Nick Drake mould kind of a thing, it always falls way short. I don't think
It's always people that have voices that sound like him rather than music that sound like him.
And the guitar playing, I think that's one thing I love doing, is putting his music on and just only listening out for the guitar and just realising how utterly amazing and complex and brilliant it is. How about this for a name? From Luciana Brazil.
Luciana.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, Luciana in Brazil, maybe.
Well deduced.
Scotland Yard. Do you have an opening?
Question for Jesse.
It's me.
What do you think of Keane's success in South America?
What do I think of it?
Yeah, what do you think of that? Hey, here's a question for you. What do you think of Keane's success?
Success anyway is a good thing, isn't it? So, if it's,
we'll take it.
but yeah, if it's in a place full of sunshine and nice cocktails and beautiful women, that's a bonus.
Rihanna Lunarian. What do Keane think of being a fan of something? What are you fans of?
Oh my god.
We flew to Brussels to see Paul Simon. That was a pretty sort of mega fan type thing to do.
I think he sensed that in Tim as well.
He's so small and Tim's so tall. It was like watching the video of Chevy Chase again. You whipped out your little
Yes.
thing, your little whistle.
This is from Courtney. What do you think of Gangnam Style?
Well, we were there at the epicentre, weren't we? So don't go on about it.
Kind of about us, that song, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting that something so global is coming from somewhere other than the places you would expect it to come from. It's really, that whole K-pop thing is, I was reading about it, that that people are doing world tours that you wouldn't sort of in 5 years ago have expected to be big outside of Asia or outside of Korea, I suppose. So that's, I think that's really cool. Right, Ali Karanongan, sorry if I said that wrong, says, what do Keane think of when they need to be musically inspired?
Money.
Next question, Jesse.
Marnie Butcher.
Sorry?
Marnie Butcher says, what do you think of the power being pulled on Bruce Springsteen and Paul McCartney in Hyde Park? That's a good question.
Well, I don't know.
It's
The thing is-
it's so English.
But the thing is, the boss always starts late and goes on for ages. So picking Hyde Park, where they've got really strict curfew laws, is probably not the most sensible venue to play a gig.
He'll never learn though, will he? Flipping nutter.
Druzy, with a Z and an S, says, what do Keane think of tea first, milk second, or the other way around?
That's a good question.
No, there's only one way to do it.
Yeah, there is, but some
Bag
people might not know.
the
that.
water, and then you've got to let it
Steep.
steep for a good few minutes.
But what if you make your tea in a pot? I think that's what he's saying. Or she.
Same.
What?
You wouldn't put milk in the pot. What are you talking about?
Well, then you brew the tea in the pot, and you would. But
The
no,
plot thickens.
no, I don't think. I don't think it's a question about that, is it? Because that would make no difference, would it?
I think he's asking about if you're making it in a mug.
I think it's a
I
it's
think
a
you're
mug
right.
question, isn't it?
Bag, water, steep. Maybe sugar first if you're going to have a bit of sugar, and then milk.
See,
More in.
Rosemary Reynolds asks Keane. That's us. Keane, what do you think of karaoke?
You've got to dive in the deep end. You
Yeah.
have a lovely time.
Someone around here does a rather good version of Losing My Religion, I think.
We had fun one.
Tim,
That's alright.
what do you think of the Spanish language?
I like it. Cause
Me gusta?
Think about
I haven't
it.
got that far. Maybe I'm less than 7.
Bomb. Trey bomb.
Yeah, I've been learning Spanish. For an hour.
Go on, give us a little bit of Spanish. What about have you got a reservation?
Tiene una reservación. Esta
He'll be
noche
alright.
para mí.
That is
Brilliant. That's great.
That was very good. This is from Jorge Juarez. Richard, you'll be good at this one, I think. What? No, not to set you up for failure or anything. What do you think of visiting Peru for the first time next year?
Yeah, I'm excited about visiting Peru. Although it won't be for the first time because we did go to the airport there once and change planes. It was very nice. But yeah, it would be nice to actually see some of the country. Can't wait. I love going to new countries.
Do you have a message for your Peruvian fans?
I'm not sure if I have any in particular, but our Peruvian fans. I don't know. Tim, in Spanish, maybe you could say something.
Hola. ¿Tiene una reservación?
Next year.
Esther Motta says, what do you think of right before entering the stage?
Entering the what?
Entering the stage.
I like that because she's changed the meaning a bit, hasn't she? Of what do you think of? Well done, Esther.
What do you think of? Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, outside the box, though.
I never had that idea when I was doing it.
It's become bigger than you now, isn't it, the whole thing? It's like a
I like to do
global
that.
franchise.
I'm an ideas man.
Yeah.
What do you think of?
What do you think of right before entering the stage?
Whatever the first note is. What was the first note? Oh, yeah, that'll do.
I don't really think of very much. Just sort of feel like a kind of combination of excitement and nervousness, adrenaline. There we go.
There's quite a lot of
Jesse.
practical stuff to think about, isn't there? But even just getting onto stage probably sounds ridiculous. I normally find Colin's shining. What normally happens is that
I know what you're going to say.
And then everyone else is like just in complete pitch blackness behind you. So I'm just happy to get to my piano without breaking my face or anything.
Thinking about potential trip hazards is a big part of it.
What do you think of a concert with a playlist made by fans?
A concert?
With a set list made by fans.
Oh,
So letting
right.
the fans choose the set list.
Well,
I guess part of the question is about doing sort of the songs that we don't normally play as well. Like doing a sort of fan club B-side sort of style show.
Well, I'd love to do a B-sides gig. Learn all the B-sides. Relearn all the B-sides. All in order.
Tim could do Tiderium on his own.
Yeah,
With 8 hands.
a classic.
I'd like to do Let It Slide.
And no others.
Thin
What's
Air.
the one that I like that sounds quite Beatlesy? I couldn't think of what it's called. Yeah, that one.
That
What's
one.
that called?
The Way You Want It.
I like
The Way
that
You
one.
Want It. That's a nice one. Alamond. That was always a favourite of mine. There've been a lot of good B-sides.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I don't want to do that in a West Country accent.
Merry Christmas, Will Babber.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. Yeah, just. Oh, that. Okay. Bye.